Welcome back, everyone, to the GGBL opening day finale here tonight for Season 7. After the 15-minute mark, that's how quick that we're going to go, guys, in this highlight reel form. Got to go speedy. Got to go rapidamente, if you will. Got to move fast because we got about 45-plus minutes worth of sim all the way from April, May, all the way to the beginning of June. So we get standings updates, awards races, stats updates as well. Get you guys kind of acclimated with what's going on across the GGBL. But let's get into gameplay action here. We got Vitello Jr. with Nashville against Cody Finney, two left-handed crafty pitchers. Defense is looking fine and dandy for the Nashville Heat so far. I saw Ken Jordan making a nice play at third. He got a double play there by Vitello Jr. back to second over first. Now you got a base hit thanks to Ray Amoros. That's going to drive in the game's first run. 1-0 game here. Then you got Robert Hayes. Look at the defense being played by both squads here today. Robert Hayes getting up. He's got a lot of height, man. Look at that. Vertical. Love to see him in an NFL Combine. Got to see how many inches vertical is for that. We need a jumping attribute for MLB The Show players, don't we? Finney's got 6 strikeouts so far. He will walk Jamal O'Neal in the top of the 7th. Still a 1-0 game. He was shooting for that final out in the 7th. Trying to get a solid stat line. All good, though. None against him so far. No earned runs. So now it's going to be up to Dane Lund. Trying to get one more measly little out. And it's a full count pitch here to Carson Vine. Leading off today. He's normally a number 2-hole hitter. Sometimes he can get to 7. But we got a misplay out here in left field. Gus DeBro completely whiffs. Carson Vine's headed home for an inside the park home run. The tag is missed. Vine slides right underneath the tag. It's an inside the park homer to give the Nashville Heat the lead. Beautiful swing by Carson Vine. And then DeBro with the misplay out there in left field. That could potentially cost him. Vitello Jr. gets a strikeout here. Only 2 Ks for Vitello Jr. But you know what? He pitched well, man. He got through 7. Finney did not. And that might have cost the Maroons the game. That's kind of crazy when you think about it. Both guys trying to go to 7 innings. And someone's got to lose. Crazy. So Nashville does get a little insurance run there. 3-1 is your final score. Vitello Jr. is the winning pitcher of record. Dane Lund saddled with the loss. Carson Vine, your player of the game. 2 for 4, home run, 2 ribbies. And Vitello Jr., of course, again, his stat line, 7 innings, 2 strikeouts, only 1 walk, and 1 earned run given up. Another NL Central battle. We got Houston and Kansas City. The Monarchs and the Copperheads. 14-game winner Connor Staples taking the mound here to face off against Angel Escobar. Very good ERA, 3.19. But that record, that win-loss record, sub 500, 8-9. Only 17 decisions across his 33 starts. That just tells me his offense really wasn't there. He pitched well, but his offense was not there. So bottom 2, we got a base hit. Kenny with the dive, can't make the play, and that hurts. Luke Vinskov, the 6-hole hitter, comes up and blisters a 98-mile-an-hour fastball, taking it 351 the other way. Beautiful job by Vinskov. Kansas City up 2-0. Let's go bottom 5. Escobar still, again, pitching well. 2 runs through 5 innings here. And Darius Hurst comes up and gets a solo shot. So it's now 3-0. Again, Houston left off the scoreboard. Staples pitching well to this point. 1-2 pitch here to Jay Kinney. He's going down. That is strikeout number 5 for Connor Staples. 1-2 pitch here to Tyron Rex, and he is going to pop out to shortstop. That'll be the end of the inning. So yet again, Houston has some runners on base. They have some chances there, but they didn't get it done. Bottom 6 we go. Gavin Staples helping his brother out. Going to try to help Connor get the W here tonight. Gavin delivers a solo home run. It is 4-0. We'll jump here to the top of the 7th. 3-2 pitch. Staples getting Joey Bing to go down. That's number 6 on the K number here. Number 7. As we're in the top of the 8th. Cabrera goes down. And that is pretty much going to do it for Staples' outing here today. Top 8th gets the final out. We're going to jump to the top of the 9th. Tyron Rex goes down swinging. 4-0 ball game. Monarchs get the victory. So there's a couple things that I'm worried about here. Copperheads. I thought that they'd have a more competent team this year. It looks like that offense is going to struggle a little bit. They got to figure some things out. I get it, it's one game, but gameplay does matter. And when I watch teams and I watch players in gameplay and they continue to do things that we've seen in prior years, it's given me vibes that maybe Houston not going to be able to put it together this year. Kansas City still looks like a formidable team. Let's go to the next matchup here. We got Spencer Clark, 19-game winner against Onyebuchi Ihejarika, who went 5-11. Again, another situation here, good ERA, but that win-loss record, a lot of no decisions in there, a lot of losses. Team behind him not giving him enough run support. Speaking of support, how about some defensive support for Spencer Clark? That's why this guy is so good. You get a lot of cage, you get a lot of defense behind you. Vladimir Drago. Take a look at StatCast. Look at that dive. Backhanded dive, incredible play. 99.4% on the route efficiency. 0-2 pitch here to Lane. He's going to strike out. That'll be out number 2 here in the top of the third. Another strikeout here. Looking good. Spencer Clark yet again this season. Let's jump now to the bottom of the third inning. Hannibal Lobo. Right center field shot in the gap. Grandstaff's going to get this thing in. The Lobo's in for a leadoff double. You're in the bottom of the third. Again, inside-out swing. Lobo loves to go the other way. He does that so well. One of the best opposite field hitters in the GGBL. Drago's going to draw a walk. Ihejarika is now in some trouble. Balladares comes up with one down. That's a base hit to left field. Here comes the throw from Severs. It's a one-hopper, but it's offline. The run will score. That's Lobo. And the RBI is going to go to Balladares. Phoenix on top 1-0. We're going to jump here still to the bottom of the third. Ground ball. Double play opportunity. Got it. End of the inning. Ihejarika gets out of the jam. Let's jump to the top of the fourth. Full count. Maxwell, ground ball back to Clark, to second, to first. Double play. Again, good defense. Clark can strike you out, and then he's got good defense behind him. It's just the recipe for success for these Phoenix Firebirds. Chuck Storm, 3-run shot. I feel like that's all I ever see at the Burnside Dome. Home runs to right field. I don't know if they've got some kind of jet stream out there. They're cheating a little bit. I don't know what's going on here, because even their right-handed hitters go out there to the short porch. So top of the ninth, 4-0 game. Clark is still out there, and JT Patterson, deep drive to left, and that baby is gone, pulling them within 3 runs. But this is the first home run for JT Patterson's career as a rookie. Spencer Clark only had one more out to get. He had to get the rookie, and he just couldn't do it. He was shooting for the shutout in the complete game, but just couldn't pull through. So now it's up to Damian Smoot. 7 blown saves last season through 59 games. Ground ball here to Colton Cannon. He's got it. He'll make the play. Game's over. That was pretty easy, right? Pretty easy. Minnesota, unfortunately, they're losers here on opening day. Again, we will get a simulation, 2-month sim. Just kind of keep tabs on the rest of the league, like what's happening. Standings, statistics, league leaders, awards, you name it, we'll do it. So we'll have to see how Minnesota is going to fare. But Ihejarika didn't really pitch that terribly. It is a very, very tough lineup, so I don't envy his position right there. I don't envy what he had to go through right there. All right, so we got an NL West matchup. The Mighty Beavers against the San Francisco Grizzlies. We got Kix Deals on the mound today. Very, very good pitcher. 15-8 last season against 13-4 Parker Burnside. A lot of strikeouts between these two pitchers. Very good ERAs as well. And we'll jump here to the bottom of the second inning. Again, quick cut highlights, guys. So we got a, whoa, deep shot there. Why was that not a home run? Why was it not a home run? It bounced because it bounced back into the field of play. Maybe we need to get some replay going on here, because if it bounced like on the very, very, very top, that might have been considered a home run. But Buddy Kidd delivers with a RBI double, and then Marcus Trumlin comes through with an RBI single. So 2-0 game, and he's looking right at that camera. He says he knows exactly where it's at. Mr. Showtime out there. Kix Deals striking out Timothy Pierce for the 4th strikeout for Deals. 0-2 pitch here to Bonds. He's going to get him too. 4th inning is over, and San Fran still looking for their first run. Let's go here to the top of the 5th, and there is the first run right there. Trey Mashburn, a lot of frustration in that swing. Took them 5 innings to get their first run, and that was an absolute moonshot, guys. 468? Are you joking? 468. That might be the longest home run in regulation I think I've ever seen in GGBL play. I'd have to go through and look back at a lot of home runs. Here's another one. 424. They're taking deals to the moon. He's in orbit at this point. But yeah, man, 468. I can't get over that home run. That distance. That's crazy. Here's a deep drive to right. Is it going to get over? It looks like it. It is. Vega looks up. That's gone. Luis Cairo. 369. Think about that. That was 100 feet shorter than the home run that Mashburn hit. Kind of crazy. So 4-2 Vancouver. 8 strikeouts now for Burnside. He's at least doing his part by the looks of it here, right? Offense for San Fran, they can't really figure out kicks deals at this point. They've got 2 solo home runs. We're going to jump here to the top of the 8th. We've got Elliott Scott, deep drive, and oh, baby, there we go. That's what the Grizzlies were looking for. Solo shot. They're back in this thing. So we'll now jump to the top of the 9th, and it's going to be up to Keith Stevens. 4 blown saves last year. Again, that ERA very good at a 2.27. He's going to have to shut them down here. Vincent Bonds going down via the K. 3-2 pitch, Trey Mashburn is going to draw a walk. So the game time run now is represented at first base. So Grant Warlock, here we go. 0-1 pitch, ground ball back to first. Slinging it over second. Benny Rodriguez makes the throw over to first base. Warlock is out. The Mighty Beavers get a opening day victory here against their NL West rival Grizzlies. Rodriguez and McLovin. They're McLovin it. Kicks deals. He's McLovin it. They just got a lot of meme player names here, don't they? Deals 7 strikeouts across 6 innings, 3 hits, 2 walks, 2 earned. He definitely would be your player of the game. You might consider the 2-run homer for Luis Cairo to be being your player of the game. But, you know, hey, 7 Ks across 6 innings, that's definitely deserved of that honor. All right, last matchup of the night, an AL East battle. 200 strikeout man, Chris Peterson, going up against Bellamy Bloodworth. Both pitchers, aces of their staff, winning 18 games last season. A part of that is you got to have some good defense. Ground ball to shortstop, back to second, double play. Mazza grounds out. And then the next batter up, Omar Navoa, rips this one down the left field line. It's in the corner. Baker T. Brooks off of 1 hop to second. He's going to nab him. Navoa got a little bit greedy. Who knew that Baker T. Brooks, the speedy contact guy, he's full of surprises. Truly. Hits some home runs every now and then. Makes some like defensive plays. It's pretty good. Javon Brown, ground ball here to second, and look at Mario Mazza. The dive, the play. It's awesome defense, man. But the defense can only hold you for so long. Bottom 4, Tyson Cobb sends this one right past the first baseman, Dalton Jett, and that will drive in the game's first run. So Washington strikes first, but it took him 4 innings to do it. Michigan still left scoreless on the scoreboard. They still got to figure out Chris Peterson. Cortez does strike out. Bloodworth gets through 4. Jump to the top of the 5th. Peterson's got a man on base here. Todd Galvin sends one into the gap. He's going to get all the way to the wall. Should score the first run for Michigan. Throw coming in. Nope. They will... What? What? You definitely had a chance. You had a shot to go get him, but Galvin's like, yeah, that's right. That's right. We're coming through here. Tie the game up. We still got a chance. Top 6. Chris Peterson's got back-to-back strikeouts on Mazza and Jett. He's got 6 Ks on the game so far. Jihao Ipman, 2 for 2 against Peterson today. Make it 3 for 3 here in the 6th inning. Luigi Mazza, fly ball to right. That's not going to get the job done. So Peterson is through 6, only giving up 1 earned to this point. 3-2 pitch to Salvatore. Bloodworth. He's going to get his man here. 5 Ks now for Bloodworth. 3-2 pitch with the man on base. Strike 3. Cut fastball is going to get his man there. And Bloodworth is at least through 7 innings, guys. We're going to go now to the top of the 9th as it's still a 1-1 ball game. Ipman, another base hit off of another left-hander. They keep throwing lefties at this guy. He mashes against left-handers. He's 4 for 4 today. Luigi Mazza, base hits in the left field corner. Are we going to get another great throw from Baker T. Brooks? Hits his shortstop on the line. Here comes Ipman, the tag. And Jake Taylor delivers a perfect tag on Ipman, and he is gunned down. He's absolutely hosed at home plate. Beautiful, beautiful defense right there for the Swamp Monsters. But Novoa delivers with 2 outs up the middle, base hit. That'll score the game-breaking run, the tie-breaking run. 2-1 now for Michigan. It's going to be up to Reed Hoffman. 4 blown saves last season, 2.11 ERA and a 1.01 WHIP. Curveball, questionable call, but Baker T. Brooks did not get it. Here's DJ Taylor driving this one to left field. It's a fair ball. Novoa is going to fire this in back to second. Taylor's going to be fine with just a single. So game-tying run at first. Game-winning run is at home plate. Jake Taylor striking out. Hoffman's going to get him. 2 strikeouts now in this relief appearance. Tyson Cobb. Deep drive to left. Novoa's got it. Game over. Mallards stand strong, and they get an AL East victory over their rival, Swamp Monsters. That was a tough game for them. Very tough game for them. Anytime you're going up against Chris Peterson, you are at a disadvantage. But the good thing for them, they've got Bellamy Bloodworth to keep them in the ball game, right? So nice job by the offense here. Ipman 4 for 4. Galvin, of course, went 2 for 4 with the double and the ribby. That helped them out for sure. Good W for the Mallards. So, guys, let's go ahead and get to the sim. All right, guys, with opening day finished up, let's go ahead and sim the month of March and April and May. So we're going to get all the way to June, and I can already kind of spot some interesting matchups here in June, like Phoenix and Orlando. That one could be turning out to be an interesting one, like for a primetime stream or something like that, because Phoenix, we know, is pretty good. Orlando, they look to kind of be the upstart team there in the NL East, taking on Richmond, taking on the Carolina Blue Sox, of course, right? So there's some interesting matchups that could be had in June. Like I said in the last video, I want to take this season just a little bit slower, not way slow, not completely slow it down, but just take it a little bit slower to kind of develop those storylines. So what do you say we get into the month of April, and we'll go ahead and sim, and I'm going to do this month by month so that we can get kind of a standings update, statistic update, right? We want some of that. We want some awards races as well. And just FYI, there are going to be some things popping up like waivers and stuff like that. I do have all of that turned onto auto. So scouting's auto, everything else is manual. So nobody should be claimed. Nobody on waivers right now should be claimed. And as you guys know, the reason why I had waivers on, or I turned the CPU, look at all these players on waivers, all these 80 plus players. Yeah, there's a lot of decent players here going to be put on waivers just because I had to get through tender contracts and arbitration and all that stuff and selecting 40 mans. And so let the CPU do all that. And then if you've got this all turned on to manual anyway, no one's going to claim anyone off of waivers. So let's just get through that. Let's go through the month of April. And we'll do all these waivers obtained, right? So we'll sim all that, get through it, and then we got to auto-fix the rosters for AAA and minor leagues and all that stuff, and we'll get through this. But, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see, like, who's going to be the team that really shows out here in the first month. So far, it looks like Phoenix is that team. Look at that, 16-7. Whew, they're 21-8 in the month of April, man. They have not slowed down. I like Phoenix this year, guys. I think they're going to get back to the Gold Series. I'm not just saying this because of the results here in the first month. I think that they're still one of the truest, more complete teams in the entire league. We got Richmond now 14-16, so they're probably, yeah, look at Carolina, 18-12. I'm going to say they're probably like in third place right now. But real quick look here at the AL West. You got the Coyotes 10-18. The Bandits there down to 12-17. Nuggets playing .500 baseball. But the Firebirds look to be, of course, living up to that number one rank in the division, or in the league, I should say, in the GGBL. Jacks are a little surprising here at 14 and 15. Maples, it's like no matter what we do for the Maples, nothing works for them, guys. They're just cursed. They're 10 and 19. They're not having a good season so far. The Breeze, 14 and 15. They're kind of surprising some people, kind of maybe playing above their head a little bit. But the Reapers, playing way above their head. Reapers are 18 and 11, guys. I did not see that coming whatsoever. So we'll have to see like what's driving that. Is it the pitching? Is it the offense? Right there, you'd see that number 5 in contact. You would think it's the offense that's driving all this, but the pitching at 28th, we could maybe see some guys playing over their heads, right? Overperforming to help drive that winning record there. So the Reapers in first place, maybe just for a little while. It's an interesting development there. Now, for Michigan, they're rated second, and they find themselves here in third place at 16 and 12. I told you guys that this AL East is going to be very, very competitive. And the team that somehow finishes in first place in this division, somebody has to. But these teams are going to be beating each other up. And right now, for the Revolution, at 21 and 9, Pizzazz, they're playing well too at 18 and 11. This is not going to be an easy division to win. You know, just look at Boston's schedule here for the month of April. I mean, they beat up on Richmond here for a little bit. They swept Michigan. They got swept by Chicago, so that pretty much negated the sweep there for Michigan. But Wisconsin, they swept there. Then they swept San Antonio. Then they swept Pittsburgh. Then they swept Wisconsin. So, guys, they went crazy from April 12th all the way to April 25th. So for 13 days, nearly 2 weeks, this team was on fire. In fact, you just look at this back to this Richmond series. So at the beginning of April, they're just winning series. That's what this is about. They're just winning series. And they're scoring a bunch of runs doing it. So, you know what? You look at Cesar Silva right here, too. Former Richmond good boy. 4-1, 3.06 ERA, 25 strikeouts. It's a combination of things. I think KAJ is playing well. I haven't seen the stats. Satchel Michaels has probably figured it out. KAJ is playing well. You got good production from your other starters. Boston seems to be legit. Now, going to the NL West, you've got the Mighty Beavers in first place. Whoa. They've been waiting in the wings for a little while, and they always seem to kind of botch it. And in fact, they're already doing it. 3-7 in their last 10. Emeralds, though, 2-8. Gauchos, 3-7. So the top dogs here in the NL West kind of botching their standing as it is right now. But you know what? Seattle, I still like Seattle to win the division. I think it's their time. I think it's their spot in the GGBL. Season 7, lucky number 7, right? They have to. Richmond's down and out a little bit. Oh, the Maroons are 9-20. The Heat are 20-8. The Swing are 17-12. Whoa, interesting developments here in the NL Central. Wow, the Heat. I did not anticipate that. Oh my god, we gotta take a look at what's going on here with the Swing and the Heat. Holy cow! You talk about a team that's playing over their heads. The Heat, nobody likes them. They're 28th rated. And somehow they're 20-8. They're right up there with Boston and Phoenix. You look at what they're doing right now. They swept San Francisco. They won the series 3-1 over LA. They won the series against Washington. They swept San Antonio. They're looking to be a very formidable team right now. You look at the starters here. Giavitello's 5-0, 1.62 ERA. You've got Cooley Mack with a 4.08. I mean, they're pitching well. Their bullpen's getting kind of lit up, but that's usually what happens in GGBL play anyway. So, yeah, congratulations to the Heat on a very, very hot start. Now, look at the NL East. You got the Blue Sox, 18-12. Moonshots, Sting, all within striking distance. And the Moonshots have gotten really hot. They're 9-1 in the last 10. Good Boys and Sun Sox. That's surprising for the Sun Sox. I think that they've got a turnaround in them. I think that they will turn this thing around. But, yeah, just a very, very tough start there for the Sun Sox. Good Boys, we kind of knew that going in, that this team's going to kind of be on the fence here this year. So, topsy-turvy, NL East right now, but I think it's a long season, and, you know, we'll see how it's all going to pan out here in the next monthly sim. So let's take a quick look at the awards race. Would love to see this. So for the MVP across the AL, Stoitz has won it in back-to-back seasons. And I got Simeon Karev hitting 381 in the first month of the season. Colton Cannon up there with all the ribbies. You got Dalton Jett hitting 350. It's a close battle. It is a very close battle. You got the guy here right smack in the middle, 384, 381. Yeah, a lot of home runs. But, maybe I'd probably give it to Dalton Jett at this point. 23 ribbies. He's got all the ribbies. He's still got a respectable, by comparison, a very respectable batting average here at 350. He's tied for all the home runs with Karev. I'd probably give it to Dalton Jett. Now for the NL side, you got Parveen Mira. Whoa! I think this is the Ricky Hoberman effect. Honestly, he's getting really good pitches to hit. 9 homers, 7. He's almost hitting 400 in the first month of the season. That is absolutely insane. 6 doubles across 35 hits. 9 home runs. So if you total that up, that's 15 extra base hits out of 35 hits. That's pretty nuts, guys. That's pretty nuts. So Parveen Mira is going off. You got Vito Vega up here as well. Ken Jordan for Nashville. He's driving. He is driving that offense. They acquired him from Oklahoma City and hitting 345. That's a career best at this point. And he's already got 8 bombs this year, most that he's had at this point. I think he's in for a career season at age 30. So, yeah, congratulations to Ken Jordan. Now for the Cy Young, or the Best Pitcher Award winner, Darren Woods. This was a guy that struggled in the very first couple parts of his career, man. A lot of strikeouts. This dude has a lot of Ks. Had one good year in 2026, but then the ERA went back up again. Went back down here last year in 2028. He's still looking to be a winning pitcher, right? He went no starts here. First winning season was 2027, 500 last year. Now he's 4-0. So, yeah, he's turned his career around at 27. He's a 91 overall now. I think that he's definitely going to keep that going. So it's going to be up to Rocco. He's going to have to chase Darren Woods by the looks of it here. But Rocco Giavitello, 5-0, 27 Ks. They're not striking out a ton of guys right now across 44 innings. But, if you can limit the walks, you can limit the number of hits. If you can keep that ERA down, that's definitely going to help you. Now, this guy, Landon Coles, not starting, but, that this is just the game loves to award this stuff to these guys. It's crazy. They love to do that. They love to say, you know what, you've got that really good ERA and strikeout rating. So, yeah, we'll give it to you. Spencer Clark still in the mix for Best Pitcher Award winner. Steve Frederick. This is also another spot where this guy probably doesn't deserve it, man. 23 innings? Like, come on, dude. Come on. You got 43 innings from an actual starter like Spencer Clark. He should be, in my mind, he should be in first place. Batting title. Really no surprise here, but look at Walker Lettier. 382. Remember, I was like, I don't want to even spend any points on him. I don't want to upgrade him anymore. I guess I don't have to. Here at second place. AL, you got Thacker still continuing to play well. Saw him on opening day. Karev, we saw him hit that home run on opening day. Colton Cannon doing well for batting title. Killian Graham, Reliever of the Year award. Alexi Jimenez. This is a guy coming over from Washington. He has not blown a save yet. He's not allowed to walk or run in a month. So the 35-year-old having just a crazy good year right now. All right, Rookie of the Year. You got Kyle Winthrop. No surprise, honestly. He's been playing well since opening day. He's already having a little bit of regression right now. I'm not sure why. At 23 years old, not a lot of service time. Right, he just made his debut in opening day. I don't know what's going on there. 25 hits and 84 at-bats. 1 stolen base, 1 walk. Maybe he's just got to draw some more walks, maybe. I don't know what's going on, but he's playing well. 4 bombs, 10 ribbies. You got some guys here for the Sting. Ray Compton, Pedro Murillo, and Drake Coleman Jr. Remember, we were talking about Drake Coleman. We said this guy's got to be a key cog in that offense for LA. Right now he's hitting 229, so he's got to figure this thing out. He's got 21 Ks across 96 at-bats. Got to limit the strikeouts, in my opinion. He's got to draw more walks, get on base a little bit more. That 282, not a good sign here for Drake Holman. So he's got some things to work on for sure. And then, of course, you got the Hank Aaron Award. Still Mira, Vega, and Langston. My boy, Marshall Langston. AL, Burnside, Karev, and Cannon. All right, league leaders time. I just want to get a kind of a lay of the land. Some of these guys are not listed on the award finalists, right? So I just want to see what's going on here with the rest of the league. So some familiar names here. You got Chiatelis, Mazza, Douglas Pringle is an interesting name up there. He's not been a guy that's been well known across the league, but he's been playing since 2023. Been a full-time starter. Been one of the more consistent players across the league. He's 32 now. So he's definitely getting up there in age. You've got Brody Bush there at 328, Choi at 328 as well. So yeah, it's just your same old names here on the batting average list. And again, Mira doing well, Letier, Vega, Willard, DEG, Langston, Bing, Kidd, Chris Addison's playing well, 318. Vinskov, we saw him in opening day, 314 batting average. Marcus Trumbull, 306. Sweet. Hits leaders. There's your list there. AL hits leaders there. Pringle's got 36. What about doubles? Mazza, Cannon, Choi, Chiatelis, Tyson Wright, Pringle, Terry Haas. Monister with 11 doubles. Carson Vine, we saw him with the inside the park homer. Crazy. Good sliding too. 10 doubles there. Triples, Goro with 5. Choi with 4. A lot of speed here, guys. Dufour LaPont. Homers. Brody Bush leading the AL in homers. 10. Lobo with 9. Ben McGinnis. Remember people were saying he looks like a nerd. Ben McGinnis. 216, 11 bombs. He's just swinging for the fences. It's kind of crazy, though. Like, when you look at the power, 69 and 60. Did not anticipate that at all. Ribbies. Look how many Firebirds are up there. Stoitz, Storm, Ruth, Cannon, Drago, Balladares. It's like every time you scroll, there's a Firebird on that list. Robert Horvath continues to drive in runs. Got some moonshots here. J.J. Cabrera, Mitchell Donald. Runs. Benny the Jet. Cullen Ward and Peanuts McLovin. Again, more Firebirds here. Colton Cannon, Lobo, Stoitz. Stolen bases. Zaza Weeden-Baker. Bendito. Pringle's, he's got to be an all-star this year. Has to. He's like in every single category. He keeps showing up. DG, Benny the Jet, Wolfgang, D-Will, Vine, Rex. Yeah, all those names that we know, man. All those names that we know. Walks, Ronan Henderson with 19. Akira Yoshio with 19 as well. Carson Vine should be an all-star too. He's having a breakout year, guys. 288, 3 homers, 6 stolen bases, hasn't been caught. He's been a very silent, very quietly consistent player. He's my guy. One of my guys. Mr. 5'8", David Eckstein-esque type player. That OBP, man. Look at the OBP. He's just been an OBP monster. Mr. Carson Vine. Jacob Wall, George Cruz, De La Cruz, Freddie Foley. On-base percentage. Look at all those 400. Remember I was telling you it's an offensive league? This is what I'm talking about. Offensive league. Letier, 439. Langston, 411. These are my dudes, man. All right. Let's take a look at saves. I'm not interested too much. So ERA. I want to look at that. How many relievers are in the ERA category here? Look at Rich Norman. He's just always popping up. Almanzar, he's a none of these guys are actually, this guy Murillo is a starter here. Almanzar is not a starter. Giovitello is a starter. I don't know. What am I doing here? There we go. Giovitello is a starter, as we know. Robbie Meyer, saying how they needed to get some good production out of Mr. Robbie Meyer. Man, he's pitching well. 28 years old. Last year kind of got it figured out. Now he's a 3-pitch pitcher, and he's doing well. Mark LaPierre doing well. 5 starts, 1.23 ERA. This is kind of cool. Chucky Myers, a 1.70, 30 strikeouts, 11 walks, 1-1 across 6 starts. So maybe it is the pitching that's driving Boston's success. Because man, they must not be scoring any runs. You got a 1.70 ERA and across 6 starts, and you're 1-1. Either your bullpen's blowing it, or your offense isn't doing much to help you out. But all right, shutouts, strikeouts. We want to look at strikeouts here. Andreas Carmona, 6 starts, 0-2 with 40 strikeouts and 9 walks. That's nuts. What about Satchel? Mention him. He's got a 3.94. That's definitely a lot lower than what he's had in the past, and he's actually had some more control by the looks of it. 39-7, limiting the home run ball across a month. Okay, Satchel's doing a lot better by the looks of it here. The NL, Cooley Mack is leading in the NL, 47 Ks. Nice. Complete games, you got Giovitello, Hemingway, Gatsby, Grimm's up there too. Rico, if you're out there. AL, Bellamy, Bloodworth, Yuli Ibanez. He's up to a 94 now. 3.82 ERA. Jewel Carver. Yeah, okay. All right. Sounds good. Okay, let's continue on. So we kind of remember the standings, right? Firebirds in first place. Remember who the teams are that are kind of struggling a little bit. Reapers in first. Revolution in first. Mighty Beavers, Emeralds, Heat, Swing. Oh, yeah. We want to look at the Swing. How's Ricky doing? 274. That's all right. It's okay. 5 homers, 17 ribbies. So who's helping out here? We got Mira's doing well. Coop Waller, 280. Valentine. Look at the offense is actually, yeah. I think this is the year, man. I really do. I'm starting to believe. Former good boy LeVar Rowe. I think this is the year for the Swing, man. You got good pitching. Clark Griffin, 403. Jonah, 6. You got Giuliani with a 6. Bo Pena, those pitching well. Blaze Ers, only at 3 2/3. Mackenzie Rayburn, he might be vying for a starting job if they continue to struggle here in the back end. But, yeah. Okay. Anything else that we wanted to check out here? Let me see. Yeah, Boston. We wanted to see the lineup here. KJ, it's not KJ driven. It's not even offensively driven. Yeah, it's all pitching, guys. 204 from your leadoff man, Juprana. Yeah, your big bats are hitting 260 with a little bit of power. Yeah, the offense, man, is struggling a little bit. The only really guy that's doing anything is Lip Branson. Offensively. What about pitching? Michael's 394, Jewel 254 with a sub-1 whip. Cesar Silva doing, yeah, it's the pitching. It's completely the pitching staff for Boston that's doing anything. What about Richmond here? Of course, I always want to see Richmond. Zanetti's really struggling. Oof. Yeah, we've been known for our pitching, and this year our pitching is off. Big time. Scott Gonzalez continuing to have a breakout season. 346. Addison's doing well. Benny Blanco. Man, that contact is really hurting him. 244 from our big time $34 million man, Rubio Moya. Not doing too well. He provides more on defense than he does offensively, but that's kind of a lot to pay for a catcher, to be honest. Samuel Wilson still performing, so I'm happy with that. Joey Singer playing well. Yeah, it's not what we thought this year, was it? Not what we wanted, I should say. It is what we thought. It's just not what we wanted. All right, so what team do we want to follow here? I'm thinking Boston. I want to see how they're going to perform here in the month of May. So let's go ahead and sim. This is, again, our final month of simulation. and we'll get into June, and maybe we'll scan some good matchups to watch. But yeah, 33-25. They did have a little bit of a down slope there in the month of May. So you can see how that has totally flipped. So the Mallards are back. They bounced back. They're 34-22. They are 2 games up on the Revolution. Sticking with the AL, you got the Reapers still in first place. That's just crazy to me, man. That's crazy to me. Look at what they've done on Tuesdays. They haven't lost on Tuesdays. Man. Reapers, dude, what is going on with the Reapers? We got to check them out before we get into any other team. Like, what's happening here? Terry Haas leading them off. Cruz being a man, a myth, a legend. Ferrari's got 9 home runs. That's got to be like a career high, right? What? No, that's definitely not a career high. The career high was last year. Where is this coming from? Where did that come from? 34 home runs? What? The guy had 71 power, 63 power. How did we never notice that? Dude, what? He combined 26 and 27's home runs into 2028. That is insane. He had 108 RBIs last year. What is going on with Giuseppe Ferrari? What's going on with Angel Hernandez? Oh my God, this offense. Dude had 21 home runs 2 years ago. Man, I guess we need to cover the Reapers a little bit more. They're starting to get my attention again. You know, they've been bad the last couple seasons, but yeah, with this offensive push that they've got, dude, I think they might be pretty legit this year. You got Strongman 328, you got Ricky Shepard. Again, this is a guy that I didn't even know existed, right? And he's pitching well. Not great numbers from the pitching staff itself, but holy crap, guys. That's crazy. The Jacks are 4 games out right now. Maple's still continuing to struggle. We got the Firebirds 8-2 in their last 10. New Orleans, man, they swept San Antonio here. They're 31-26, guys. Where's Phoenix? There we go. So what happened to Phoenix here? They had 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, they had 8 losses. They had 13 losses in the month of May. It's quite a bit. They kind of picked it up here towards the back end of the month. Early part of the month, man, they kind of struggled. But they're still holding on to first place. The Nuggets kind of bounced back here. 29-27. Cyclones, they're still not playing too well. AL West beating up on each other, man. Cyclones, Coyotes, Bandits, all sub 500. But the Sun Sox continue. Like, they're on their way back very slowly to get into 500. But the good boys definitely turned it on here in the last month. We're only a game behind the Blue Sox for first place. But the big story here is the Sting at 31-25. They're 9-1 in their last 10. So they're getting hot. Might be teams that they're facing off against, but you know they are getting hot here. You got McGee, Pinkard, 13 home runs at a 304 through 2 months. That's pretty darn good. You got Carver, 8 for 30 and 251. Durham, that's a big piece that the good boys are missing, man. 16 home runs through 2 months. He's well on his way to hitting 30 plus this season. He's definitely really fitting a lot better, I think, in this offense than he was with Richmond. But, yeah. Paul Andrews, I think he might have gotten lucky on that opposite field home run, don't you? To the gap on opening day. But, yeah, it's a very scary Sting team. Pitching-wise, Strizak 4.11, Trigg 2.84, Strudwick's kind of struggling here. Osmond Strugglewick. Sean Rivera is pitching well, though, too, 2.77. Bullpen, quick scan, very, very good. Jeffrey Lazar, 15 saves, no blown, 0.5. He's allowed 1 run in 17 innings. That's pretty darn good, guys. That's pretty darn good. But Blue Sox still winning the division. Swing, dude. The swing and the heat. They still are on top of the division. Dude, They're legit, man. They're legit. Look at the pitching stat. Look at Robbie Meyer. 194 and a 101. He's going off. Griffin's brought that ERA down. Giuliani's ERA has gone up, actually. Blaze Erz brought that ERA down as well. But looks like the bullpen's doing well for them. It's a very competent team this year. Scruggs 289. Holberman 260. This is kind of what I expect from Ricky at this point. You know, he's 38 years old, but he's still driving in runs. That's all you want. Batting average for Parveen has gone down, but home runs staying consistent there. Coop Waller, 9 bombs. You got Valentine up to 292. France. So the offense, this has been a big thing for New Orleans. Their offense has just been really bad in the last couple seasons, and now it seems to be that the offense is a strong suit for them. So they're a very good, complete team now. Their offense is working well. Their pitching staff's working well. They're looking solid, man. So for the Heat, I'm interested in the Heat just because they've held on to that standing for 2 months now. So Gianfratello's still pitching well, although he's on a little cold streak. I think he had like a 1.6 ERA at the very beginning. Mac 4.92, still a lot of strikeouts, man. 79 Ks in 60 in a third inning. That's nuts. But yeah, the pitching staff outside of their 2 guys like Mac and Gianfratello, it's not the reason they're winning. I think it's the offense. Yeah, DEG, Carson Vine. That middle of the order's kind of struggle busting a little bit. I don't know, man. I don't know if I really believe in the Heat's push right now. I think if anything, New Orleans probably has this playoff spot. If they can just hold on, right? They got to keep winning series. They can't go 4-6. They can't go sub 500 every month. They can't be doing that, right? The Monarchs are still a really good team. They're definitely going to make a push. The Copperheads are 11 games from 500. I don't think you can make that up. We've got the month of June, July, August, September. You got 4 months to make up 11 games. It's doable, but the likelihood of that, I just don't know if I see it. So right now, the Swing, the Heat, and the Monarchs are pretty much my picks to do something in this division. But it's really on the Heat and it's on the Swing to figure it out. They got to stave off the Monarchs because the Monarchs, again, like I said, they're 10th rated. They're the better team as far as a talent perspective goes. So if I'm the Heat or the Swing, I'm kind of watching out for the Monarchs right now. Emeralds 31-26. The Mighty Beavers holding on, man. Mighty Beavers holding on. I guess they figured it out. 13 bombs from Yoshio. Cullen Ward still doing very well. Batting average, the power. Buddy Kidd doing the same thing. Batting average and power. Very nice numbers here from the Mighty Beavers, man. They're driving in runs. Look at how many guys have 20-plus RBIs. Everyone on this, except for Peanuts at the leadoff spot, which is acceptable. He's only 2 away, but he's hitting 278. That's fine. Everyone else has 20-plus RBIs. That's a good place to be. Pitching rotation, Kicks, Deals, doing well. Joey Warren, Darren Woods. It's the pitching staff. Pitching staff, they're producing. I'm not going to say it's one of the best as far as talent goes, but they are producing. And then you got the bullpen here who's kind of letting them down, it looks like. Just a really quick scan. A lot of high ERAs there. But yeah, the Gauchos sub 500. Knights, not really surprised with the Knights at 11 games back. Grizzlies, kind of disappointing. They're 6th rated, and they're not really doing too much. The Mallards, first place. Revolution, second. Pizzette. I feel like I'm beating a dead horse here, but it's just a division that's going to be beaten up on itself, But Mallard's still producing. Revolution still producing. Last time we checked in, it was the pitching that's driving this, and it looks like it's continuing to be just that. Michael's 85 strikeouts and 67 in the third innings pitched. 3-2-1. Jewel Carver still sub 1. Silva kind of blowing it. He was doing really well, and now he's way up there, 5.66. He kind of knew that was going to happen. He's just never been a pitcher that's got the ERA figured out, man. He just does not have a good ERA. Chucky Myers still pitching well in the 5. You might have to move him up. Honestly, after the break, probably. Because you start moving people around like that, then you're going to start screwing with their numbers because of the energy thing. I don't really want to do that for the month of June. So, yeah, we'll make a switch after everyone's completely healthy after the All-Star break. But I think Chucky Myers has earned a promotion to number 3 in that rotation. But that's your AL look there on the east side. And then the Central, we know that the Reapers are in first. The Firebirds are still playing well. Yeah, man, it's there's a lot more parity, it seems like, this season. A lot more surprises, I feel like. Again, I look at the Sun Sox. I thought that they were going to play well. I thought that the Cardinals were going to be a team to be up there in the standings, a team not to be messed with this year. But the Reapers, 12 games above 500. I did not see that coming. We anticipated that the AL East was going to be like this. I didn't see the Mighty Beavers in first place by 13 games above 500. I definitely didn't see that. Swinging the Heat. I had a feeling about this swing that they could be a dark horse team, but I didn't think that they'd hold on to first place for this long, with the Heat in the mix as well. So that's an interesting development. I thought the Copperheads would play well. That's not happening. The Blue Sox, I don't know, man. I don't really know where that's coming from at all. Like, what's going on with the Carolina Blue Sox? We got to take a look. Nettles, 3-4. Cheltenham. I mean, it's the pitching staff. If you've got an above a 5 ERA, that's pretty bad, right? Most of the times as a starter, if you've got above a 4, that's not really that great either. But you know what? In an offensively driven league, those are pretty nice numbers for the Carolina Blue Sox. So Blue Sox doing well. Offensively, you got D-Will, 282. Look at the Ribbies, 23, 32, 32. 19 for Danny Riddle in the middle of the order. That's not great. Mitchell Quick. Yeah, Porter Pittman, 352, man. That's kind of out of the blue, 352. It's a competent team, man. It's a competent team. I'm a little frightened by the Blue Sox this year. Okay, I won't really do a statistics update or league leaders. I'll just go into the awards because I think most of the stuff just from 1 month to 1 month, not going to be a lot of change up there with the league leaders. Unless, of course, you want to see this like in a separate video in Discord, I can kind of scroll through this and give you a quick scan of the first page. Just to see like who's the actual league leader in stolen bases. You know what I mean? But let's go to awards and see what's changed here. So for the MVP, Cullen Ward is now in first, Clifford Durham in second, and Noah Pinkard is vying for that spot. That's kind of cool. Then Kevin Stoitz, he's not giving up on this. He's like, I want to be a 3-time MVP. Look at how many home runs this guy has, man. 263 in 7 seasons. So can he get to 500? I don't know. I'm not sure. With the show's regression, I'm probably going to say he probably get to 400. Probably get to 400 home runs. He's going to be 30 years old next season, so he's got to kind of hustle it up a little bit. But Dalton Jett staying consistent. Angel Hernandez is now up on the list here, cracking the top 3. That's kind of cool. Neto Montoya 7-0, Spencer Clark 7-2, and then Negron 7-1. This is not a custom guy. He's 23 years old. So this is a former draft pick by Colorado just a couple seasons ago, right? But Montoya undefeated, Spencer Clark. So again, that pitching staff for the Firebirds, it's what drives them. They're just good. Of course, Darren Woods, Robbie Meyer, no surprise there. Batting title, you got Choi's up on the list now. Dalton Jett still hanging in there. Angel Hernandez, no surprise. Pittman, Bing, and DEG for batting title for the NL. Reliever of the Year award. Really, again, no surprise for Lazar. He's allowed 1 run in 17 some odd innings. Keith Stevens, 1 run. 1 run in 22 innings. 3 walks. This guy's automatic. 21 saves and no blown saves. It's crazy. Smoove, Parmalee, Killian Graham. Rookie of the Year, JT Patterson. This guy's 25. So when would he have been drafted? So if he was 18, he would have been drafted in year 1, right? Season 1. I'd have to go back and look at some of those drafts, see where this guy was taken. Bradford Potts, 28 years old. I'm putting Cal Winthrop above that. Dude's hitting 222. Give me Winthrop above Bradford Potts, for God's sakes. Byron Capel, 29 years old. 29-year-old rookie. Had 103 at-bats in 2024. So season 2. Season 2. He's making his debut in season 2 across 36 games. Never plays again. Then comes back at 29 years old, and he's first for Rookie of the Year. Yeah, it's funny. Did we get Rookie of the Year? Yeah, we did. Okay. Hank Aaron, Durham, DEG, Colin Ward, Hernandez, Canada, and Choi. So some familiar names there. Okay, guys. Well, that'll do it here for. Oh, we're 1 game away actually. And of course, Zanetti gets lit up. Wow. Actually, no, I want to see this. 7 earned for Zanetti. I think he's got it. Something's happening with Lorenzo Zanetti. So that means we're officially in the month of June, guys. Let's see. Awards. Player of the month. I want to see. Yeah, for the month of May, Montoya, Hernandez, Ellis, Landis, Ward, and Yoshida. April, Yamazaki. Why pitcher of the month? They got to give these to starters, not relievers. Relievers are just making this up too much. But yeah, 410 batting average for Mira in the month of April. Crazy. Dalton Jett 370, Frederick 5-0, and Frederick Rookie of the Month. So yeah, but we don't get March in that list. But guys, that is your update. The Stinger 10-0 in their last 10. That's nuts. That's nuts. Now they're tied for first place. So, guys, for the month of June, like I said, we'll find some interesting matchups here. I'm not going to do this live, but if I run across one that I kind of want to do in a video, I'm not going to have like the whole month of June in one video. We'll just find a good spot that like most teams are playing some good matchups here. Like let's say Richmond and Orlando, right? That's an interesting matchup here, right? We want to see that. We want to see if Richmond can kind of turn their season around a little bit. Something like Atlanta and Iowa would be an interesting matchup because the 2 first place teams, right? That would be kind of cool to watch. Other than that, they're playing a bunch of AL teams here in the very beginning. They get back to the NL here with Houston and Orlando. Might actually get Atlanta and Orlando again, right? If Orlando finds themselves back into the race, if they can get above 500, maybe that's an interesting matchup. But right now, I kind of like this idea, Atlanta, Iowa. So just stuff like that, just to see if there's any matchups that we want to take a look at. Kind of how we did it back in season 1, season 2. Just kind of slow it down just a little bit here. And see if there's anything that we want to explore. Maybe Boston, Vancouver. Like, out of these guys, who's the more legit? Is it a close matchup? Is it a potential GGBL Gold Series matchup if both teams can find a way to get there, right? Boston, Vancouver, a little surprising teams there. So, yeah. So, let me just go through this, scroll through, and figure out what we want to watch. And that's going to do it here for this episode tonight, guys. So, leave a like if you like this thing. Again, I will see you in the next one on Friday as we get into some June gameplay. So after that video is done, we're going to get to the end of June. We'll do exactly what we just did right here. Do a little stats update, standings update, and then the next time I see you, so this Friday the 7th, we'll get some gameplay here in June. And then Friday the 14th, Valentine's Day, we're going to do a little stream because I love you guys so much. For the All-Star festivities. We'll also do the draft as well. Of course, there's no custom players this year, so we're just going to kind of get an idea for who these players are that these teams are drafting and just take a look at the future, right? So it'll be kind of an easy draft. We'll do a little preview of the standings again, get through July, maybe talk some trades, some potential buyers and sellers, things like just like we've always done, and it'll be a good stream on Valentine's Day, the 14th. So, guys, that's kind of what's upcoming for the GGBL. Leave a like if you like this thing. I'll see you in the next one. As always, thank you so much for watching, and peace.